Hello everyone, this is Doe welcoming you back to my channel for another Sword of Convallaria video. In today's video we're diving into a few different builds and setups for our beloved Berserker, Tristan. She's the first unit in our server to come with an Astral Imprint banner, where players can pull for her special trinket, the Blood Luxite Amulet. If you're a mid-spender or higher, this might be worth considering, but for most players, I'd hold off since we'll have different ways to obtain it in the future. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Tristan is a destroyer from the Night Crimson, Aggression, and Union factions, which makes Gloria and Nonowil fantastic aura partners for her. They enhance her active attack, defense, and skill damage, helping her hit even harder. As a destroyer, Tristan also benefits from a 20% increased damage boost when attacking debuffed enemies, making her incredibly potent in the right setup. Her trait, Crimson Fury, gives her unique mechanics that make her stand out. If her target has a shield, she dispels up to 6 layers of shields and increases her damage by 30%. Whenever she deals AoE damage, that damage is considered magic, bypassing traditional physical defenses. Additionally, this trait grants her a one-time use special instant action that damages enemies around her while fully resetting her energy and skill cooldowns. When she activates her Crimson Fury skill, she enters a Berserk state, which grants toughness, disruption immunity, a 25% damage boost, and an 80% reduction in healing received, forcing her to stay in an injured or dying condition for maximum effectiveness. On top of that, she gains unlimited resolve for that turn, making her even deadlier in combat. Because of how her Berserk mechanic works, her star upgrades significantly impact her performance. At 3 stars, she gains an extra turn of burst damage. At 4 stars, her survivability improves. At 5 stars, she unlocks a much more aggressive playstyle by allowing you to play around with different builds comfortably. If you're planning to pull for her, 4 stars should be your minimum goal to fully utilize her burst damage, while 5 stars cater more to aggressive playstyles. Now, let's take a look at the following battle where I showcase her AoE build in action. Stay tuned because later on, we'll also cover her single target setup and how to maximize her impact in different stage settings.
一つ借りを作ったな。私の番。こっちに来ないで。自分の身を守って。一つ借りを作ったな。ご飯だよ。一つ指示を願います。武器を取れ。奴らに引導を渡すぞ。死にせえのか。
In this battle, I've equipped Tristan with the Gale Sword, Blood Luxite Amulet, and the Magician Tarot. Her engraving resonance is Wand and Sword since she moves quite a bit before attacking, making this the best synergy for her playstyle. For her AoE build, I've set her up with Fatal Attack as her basic attack to provide a strong damage option and boosted critical hit damage. For her reaction skill, I'm using Street Style, which offers extra survivability in combat. One of the most important skills in this build is Controlled Demolition, which allows her to implant a timed bomb on an enemy. When detonated, it deals 20% HP piercing damage to the target and hostile units within 2 tiles, while also inflicting vulnerable 2 for 2 turns. The combo order is extremely important if you want to trigger Controlled Demolition twice in the same turn. To execute this correctly, first implant Controlled Demolition on your target. After that, activate Crimson Fury, which resets her energy and cooldowns, including Controlled Demolition. Once that's done, follow up with her ultimate One-Punch Burial. It's important to note that the initial damage from One-Punch Burial might seem low. That's because the skill is designed to use a hostile unit as a bomb against her main target. To fully capitalize on this, you need to make sure that One-Punch Burial is used on an enemy positioned close to your actual target. Another skill I've equipped is her core passive skill, Blazing Blood, as it adds 25% of her magic attack to her physical attack stat, which is then doubled when she's in a berserk state. Now let's take a look at another battle where she excels as a single target DPS.
Oh!
何か手伝えるか？
ありがとう。
大丈夫かい？
感謝してもありがとう。指示を願います。下がれ。どれどれ？一つ借りを作ったな。武器を取れ。奴らに引導を渡すぞ。死ねえ。死にてえのか。お前ならできるさ。物足りん。次だ。死にてえのか。指示をください。
もう少し持ちこ
感謝します。
これは記録すべき戦いだな。
感謝します。ありがとう。もう怒ったぞ。一つ借り指示を願います。おお、許しはない。色つけて返してやる。来い、全力でぶっ潰してやるよ。死ねえ。
In this battle, I've swapped out Tristan's Blood Luxite Amulet for the Flying Blade Arm Guard. The reason for this change is that Blood Luxite Amulet doesn't benefit her single target build, as all of her single target damage is classified as physical. I've also replaced the Magician Tarot with the Justice Tarot, since I've found that a critical build significantly increases her damage output by boosting her critical hit rate and critical damage. The Flying Blade Arm Guard works exceptionally well with MOMMA, who serves as her best offensive DPS support unit. The synergy between them is strong, as MOMMA's bird attacks amplify Tristan's damage, making this a more efficient setup for pure single target damage. For her skill loadout, I've kept her basic attack, reaction skill, and passive skill the same as before. However, there are two key changes. Fervent Lunge is a new addition, allowing Tristan to teleport to any tile within a 1-tile radius, while also granting a damage boost. After teleporting, she can then use Fervent Headbutt, dealing 70% damage and knocking the enemy back by 2 tiles. The main nuking skill in this single target build is Furious Pursuit. This skill is far superior to one-punch burial when focusing on single target combat, making it the optimal choice for maximizing her damage output in this setting. Overall, this build is likely what you'll be using the most for Tristan, as it is far more straightforward and doesn't rely on Blood Luxite Amulet to achieve the highest possible damage. Now, let's take a look at another battle for an HP percentage DPS build for the fun of it.
何か手伝えるか？
ありがとう。一つ借りを作ったな。おお、感謝します。ありがとう。でも指示を願います。どれどれ？一つ借りを作ったな。大丈夫だ。奴らに引導を渡すぞ。死ねえ。死ねえ。
For this build, I've made a simple adjustment by replacing Fervent Lunge with Controlled Demolition in Tristan's single target setup. With Coco's Happiness buff and Tristan's Crimson Fury, you can deal 45% HP piercing damage when using a 5-star Flying Blade Arm Guard. When paired with Controlled Demolition, you can theoretically deal an additional 40% HP piercing damage, making this an incredibly lethal combination. When combined with MOMMA's bird attacks, this setup guarantees a one-hit kill on a single target. If you want to shift towards an AoE focused piercing damage build, you can swap Flying Blade Arm Guard for Roaring Flint. However, this setup isn't likely to be used much in PvE, as its effectiveness depends on very specific conditions. In PvP, however, this could be an extremely deadly combo, capable of bursting down enemy units before they have a chance to react. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to test this setup in PvP since there's currently no one available to fight on the test server. Hopefully our PvP friends can experiment with this build and let me know in the comments if this setup works for you. I also want to mention that Brutal Axe and Tuning Hammer makes fantastic substitute for Gale's Sword in cases where you want to bring both Rawiyah, SP, and Tristan into a battle. Brutal Axe works by ignoring 40% of enemies' defense when her HP is lower than the target, and Tuning Hammer boosts the raw physical attack stat by 10%. Finally, let's take a look at Tristan's skill tree and explore what I would prioritize to gain access to both her AoE and single target DPS setups. At rank 1, prioritize Furious Pursuit, as it is the core skill for her single target build and provides strong burst potential. At rank 3, activate both skills since Blazing Blood is a core passive that benefits both setups, while Fervent Lunge is a fantastic tool for mobility and single target engagements. At rank 5, prioritize Street Style as her core reaction skill, which is crucial for her effectiveness. I would also activate Defense, as it grants an additional 3% attack, providing a slight but valuable damage boost. At rank 7, activate both skills, as they are key components of her AoE build, ensuring she can maximize her controlled demolition combos. At rank 9, activate Fatal Attack, as it is more suitable for Tristan as a core DPS unit, giving her stronger single target damage output. At rank 11, I personally haven't used either skill in combat, as I've found her other abilities more practical in real battles. That said, it's still worth activating both, as they provide a total of 6% extra attack, which can enhance her overall damage potential. With this setup, you'll have a well-rounded Tristan that can switch between AoE and single target DPS builds based on the situation. If you've tested different priorities in her skill tree, let me know in the comments which ones worked best for you. To sum everything up, Tristan is a fantastic DPS unit with the versatility to function as both a single target and AoE destroyer. While her AoE build benefits greatly from the Blood Luxite amulet, you can opt for a more economical trinket like the Origin Hourglass, which synergizes well with Burning Blood and provides solid damage output. If you're considering pulling on the Astral Imprint banner for her amulet, I also want to mention its long-term viability for extremely strong units like Inanna SP. If you're a mid to high spender, this might be worth considering, as Astral Imprint gear can make a significant difference in performance. However, if you're a low spender, I highly recommend waiting until Season 1 Astral Imprint concludes before making a decision. Once the season ends, you'll be able to use astral shards from different game modes and cornucopia fruit to obtain these items, giving you more flexibility in deciding whether her amulet is truly worth it for your account. I wish you the best of luck if you're pulling for Tristan. Let me know in the comments how you feel about her playstyle and builds. As usual, this is a sponsored video, so if you haven't already, download the game using the link in the description to support the channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Stay cool, stay crispy. This is Doe signing off. See you in the next video.